Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's magnite.
Kamala N'kay.
That's how you started the base.
Okay.
Welcome to C-SPAN ESPN. I'm Steve.
And I'm Steve, here to give you a play-by-play of the greatest sporting event of the century, the 2024 presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
The biggest question of the night, will they shake hands?
Trump, a known bastard, has a history of shaking hands weird. Last debate, Biden avoided a handshake.
Likely for the best, considering where those weird little baby hands may have been prior.
Here come our master debaters to the stage. They are met with staggering silence as there is no audience.
Are they going to shake hands?
Donald drives down the left side of the field to complete the aversion.
Kamala blitzes midfield.
Oh, this could be awkward.
She's zeroed in and has not taken her eye off his eyeball. Will she complete the pass?
Oh, Harris crosses over.
Donald was not expecting that. He's trying to ignore her.
She extends a hand in.
He took her hand. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
They're shaking hands. Oh, he hates it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Kamala Harris, let's have a good debate.
Oh my God, she did it. She did it.
Donald does not know what to do.
Nice to see you. Have fun.
Have fun.
Let's play that back.
Kamala Harris, let's have a good debate.
You hear that? Can we turn it up on the playback?
Kamala Harris, let's have a good debate. Bitch.
Oh!
Let's get into some news jokes. NASA telescopes led astronomers to discover a pair of supermassive black holes dancing around each other. NASA porn is weird. A 9-month-long cruise that went viral is ending, just in time for that ant to ruin your Thanksgiving. Said Trump about the 9-month-long cruise, "See, the liberals, they want to abort most things at 9 months." In an interview with the LA Times, Tilda Swinton said that Western culture's fearful attitude towards death is delusional. Kinda big talk coming from a bitch that's alive. The couple who sued Disney over Secretive Club 33 said, "It's a cult, and Walt Disney's the Messiah." That's the thing about Walt. He's Messiah, he's Josiah, he's our Sire. 96% of union members voted in favor of a strike at Boeing, while 96% of Boeing parts on their planes went on strike a long time ago. The 76th Primetime Emmys were held this Sunday, making it finally old enough to run for president. A suspect arrested for allegedly pointing an AK-47 style rifle through the fence at former President Trump's golf course is a 58-year-old white man named Ryan Wesley Routh. A completely different description than the black woman who assassinated him during the debate. Trump posted, "I hate Taylor Swift" on Truth Social Sunday morning after the star endorsed Kamala Harris. One down, 80,999,999 more "I hate blank" posts to go. The Bear won an Emmy for Outstanding Comedy Series, even though classifying themselves as a comedy is the funniest thing the Bear has ever done. Trump falsely claimed that Haitian immigrants are eating cats and dogs, probably because he overheard someone order their fries animal style at In-N-Out. And that's the news!
Welcome back to C-SPAN ESPN live from the 2024 presidential debate, the most exciting sporting event of the year. I'm Steve.
And I'm Steve. Harris on a full court press, hoping to gain possession as she pivots topics to Donald inviting the Taliban to Camp David.
The players are mics, so let's tune in.
Trump invited the Taliban to Camp David, a place of storied significance for Americans.
Trump looks flustered.
Where we invite and receive respected world leaders. And this...
Kamala hesitates. What's she going to do?
Is she going to say her favorite curse word?
Former president.
Oh. Smart to stick to the fundamentals. Nothing flashy.
I really wish she called him motherfucker.
Hi, I'm Kamala N'kay Harris. And today, we have a very special guest. You know, a big part of my presidential campaign is that I want to be a president to all Americans, okay? And that includes hearing out people I normally wouldn't ever listen to. Oh, I think our guest is here. Hi. Welcome.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So, yeah, well, thank you. Welcome.
I parked the dark van outside and I scaled the back of the wall. Yeah, that's how we're here.
You scaled the... Okay, well, welcome, RFK Jr.
Robert Kennedy, Madam Vice President, it's an honor to be here.
Absolutely.
Rivals, of course, across the aisle. Differences of opinion, of course.
What?
We have differences of opinion, and I'm here to reach out with an olive branch of my own because I want to be a president, for the whole country and for everybody. And so I'm reaching out to you here.
Well, I'm reaching out to you,
and I appreciate you reaching back,
and we're reaching each other.
We reach, and I appreciate from where I'm in the center of American politics, and I can even reach out to the far left.
And that's the thing we can agree, because like a Venn diagram, you'll have two sides, right? And then in the middle is the center where we meet, and I love that we're meeting at this reachment.
I'm on the polar edges of a number of Venn diagrams, but when it comes to American politics, I'm clearly in the center of the center. There's a center and there's a rationality, and I'm right there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, if I may, Kamala.
Yeah.
That I wanted to reach out almost through mercy. Because I saw that there's some, you've got some struggles with your campaign. Your campaign is flailing in many ways.
I don't think that's true at all. Are you dying? What was that?
I think it's coming.
What?
I think one's coming.
Oh my God.
I know it happens on the campaign trail all the time. It's a sign. One of the worms.
Is this a worm?
2 weeks.
Oh my God.
They're up there and they reproduce, non-sexually, of course, but they make a nice little snack. You gotta live, you gotta run the campampaign.
Right.
You gotta run it. You gotta, whatever the resources are, you gotta handle.
Right. Hey, real quick, I'm just gonna take a time out right quick and just kind of say something to my producer. Hey, Chrissy. The Secret Service, they're like around, right? They're close by. All right. I just want. Am I? You think I'm okay? Okay.
Your Majesty, Vice President, I wanted to, reach out, of course, because, you have a failing campaign.
That's not true.
Failing and flailing, and I've read a number of the polls.
Right.
Yeah, and since I dropped out, I decided maybe I'd drop back in just to see what condition my condition was in. And I'm looking at the polls. We've got, a poll from the Epic Times that has me crossing 22%. Should I jump back into the race in New Hampshire? Of course.
Of course.
And we're seeing, the Democratic convention was a disaster. And obviously it's because the Democratic Party has abandoned its principles that were so important back in the glory days, the heyday of the Kennedy family. And the hallmark of a Kennedy, and I think this is one of the advantages that I've had with my winning campaign as a kingmaker here.
A kingmaker?
In 2024, queenmaker, kingmaker, of course. One of the hallmarks is that I have that Kennedy charm.
Right, yeah.
The Kennedy, generations of that Kennedy charm.
And if there was one word I would use to describe you, it is charming.
That's right. The Kennedy family, known to be, very good-looking men and also fantastic communicators. So I think America is ready for another round of that, of course, here in the second iteration of the Robert Kennedy campaign.
Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you for all of that. That was great. Thank you so much for being here and for reaching across the aisle.
And thank you for being here. It's fantastic. I love reaching across the aisle. I was addicted to heroin for a number of years, and that's why I've got an aversion to needles, of course.
You were addicted to heroin, what?
Well, look, just like America's addicted to vaccines.
And that brings me to my next point. You're all about healthcare.
I can do push-ups upside down.
What the hell?
You want to see that?
No.
I can do push-ups upside down. This is the kind of exercise that can't be done by somebody who's had a vaccine. Right. No one has ever been able to accomplish this in the White House.
I can do that.
You can't do that, Kamala. I know you can't do that.
No, I can do that.
Hip hop.
What the hell?
That's fitness.
No, this is not an upside down push-up at all. It was, for those of you listening, we're just kind of doing dips.
That's the exercise, the secret exercise that cured Teddy Roosevelt's asthma.
Right.
A great hero of mine, we reached across the aisle, of course.
Right.
I reached across the aisle at Kroger.
Yeah.
I love reaching across any kind of aisle.
Yeah, you like a reach around. I get it.
Well, I understand there's an innuendo there. I was no stranger to that. Of course, growing up in the illustrious family that I did on the compound.
What the hell? This is great that you're here.
Let's get down to the issues.
Let's get down.
Because there are some things that we might agree on.
Absolutely. Like, I think healthcare is important.
Healthcare is important,
Okay.
and that's why it's important to, to rip it out of the hands of the people who are stabbing needles. You got the jab.
Oh, you mean doctors?
You got the jab. Well, it's never a doctor. Look at it. It's always somebody wearing blue. I don't trust people who wear blue scrubs.
I think that's just
You're going to let Zach Braff put a needle in your eyeball?
in your eyeball.
That's what they're trying to do.
I feel like that's a little extreme, Robert. Like, Zach Braff is an actor.
I think that's very moderate, actually. Healthcare. Maybe there's some we can reach across the aisle and find some common ground there, of course.
Right.
But foreign policy. I think we've got to take all of our treaties, boil them down, boil them into a nice little soup, and add a little bit of pigeon or whale meat. And then, have a boilerplate. What you have is a little boilerplate, treaty, and to replace NATO and all of
Welcome back to C-SPAN ESPN. I'm Steve.
I'm Steve. Kamala Harris just laid the bait for Trump by mentioning small crowd sizes.
The ball is in Donald's court. Let's see what he does.
People don't leave my rallies.
Hook, line, and sinker.
We have the biggest rallies.
Kamala is loving this, but Donald can still take a mulligan, gain control. Oh, he scored on his own goal there. Nobody's eating cats.
There's no coming back from that.
And that's our show! Thank you so much for tuning into Okay. Be sure to like and subscribe and sign up for our Patreon, where we will be posting exclusive content to our subscribers there, in addition to some early access content. Alright, a big thanks to the NK Pod Squad. They are Patrick Rowland, Kelsey Jupstrom, Stacia Stitt, our writer and producer Chrissy Bruzik, and our head writer for this week, Lucy Samuel. And you know we gotta give it up for our sound engineer and music man extraordinaire, Jason, aka Music by Blue Jay. And a special thanks to our special guest performer, Steve Hahn. Steve, thank you for blessing us with your comedic talents this week. Be sure to find Steve and the rest of the Pod Squad online. And last and certainly not least, a huge thanks to James Adomian, who graced us with the most incredible RFK impression I've ever seen. I think I'm still reeling from that experience. James, thank you so much. You're an icon and a genius. You guys can follow James at J Adomian on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. You can also follow him on YouTube at James Adomian XOXO. Be sure to be on the lookout for his new special, The Path of Most Resistance. I gotta say, James sent me an early look-see at it, and it is so fucking funny. You can find the ticket link to Path of Most Resistance in the description of this podcast. I'm sure you could also find it when you go to follow James if you are not already following him. I mean, the guy is incredible. I am so grateful he was on the show this week. And be sure to stay tuned for next week's episode. Airing September 23rd, we are going to have the one and only Amber Ruffin on the pod. So get ready. All right, I gotta go figure out how to bake a cake for Amber Ruffin. Goodbye.